In where will we get it?
105.
Students, so we are live again after lunch, and let's see.
Additional affidavit of
NTL.
So lunch से पहले जो क्वेश्चन था वो 15,000 स्टूडेंट्स का पूछा जाना था। 15,000 स्टूडेंट्स जिन्होंने 9th और 10th अप्रैल में अपने सेंटर चेंज किए, उनका क्या सिनेरियो है, वो कितने हैं सिलेक्टेड स्टूडेंट्स में। तो शुरुआत शायद इसी टॉपिक से होगी। अब लेट्स सी क्या होता है, एंड सुनते हैं पूरा जजमेंट। ओके, टेंशन मत लेना, बीच बीच में आई विल गिव यू द समरी आल्सो व्हाटएवर इज हैपनिंग, and let's listen to the proceeding.
PDF 108.
So the Karnataka.
This is Rajasthan is 106.
Rajasthan High Court, annexure R13.
R13, okay.
Earlier one is Karnataka.
This was only pertaining to one candidate.
That is not relevant.
ठीक है, मेन जो क्वेश्चन था ना वो ये था कि यार राजस्थान हाई कोर्ट ने एक स्टूडेंट के लिए बोला था विंडो ओपन करो, बट आपने सबके लिए क्यों ओपन कर दी। ठीक है, तो अब इससे क्या कंक्लूजन निकल रहा है, लेट्स सी, लेट्स वेट एंड वॉच। So, जितने बच्चों ने यार देखो लंच से पहले अगर सेशन एनालाइज किया ना, अभी तक कुछ ऐसा सब्सटैंशियल पेटिशनर्स नहीं दे पाए हैं जिससे प्रूव हो पाए कि मास लेवल पे लीक हुआ है। ओके, हाँ, जो डेटा एनालिटिक्स की रिपोर्ट है उसके बेसिस पे एक सवाल जवाब हो रहे हैं। एक अच्छा पॉइंट जैसे मैंने आप लोगों को बताया था प्रायर टू लंच भी कि यार पेटिशनर्स की एक डिमांड थी कि आपने डेटा एनालिटिक्स पूरे 23 लाख पे रन किया और उसे कंपेयर किया अदर ईयर्स से, बट आपको डेटा एनालिटिक्स रन करना चाहिए था टॉप 1 लाख बच्चों पे जो कि सीटें ले रहे हैं, उनको कंपेयर करना चाहिए था नीट 2020, 2021, 22, 23 के स्टूडेंट से कि वहां कैसा कर्व है।
I'll just answer that. We received representations, similar representations. So it was thought proper, pro-student measure, that let everyone get an opportunity to apply. But the relevant figures are now with me.
No, but this order was in respect to one student.
One student only.
Who had not paid his fees.
Correct.
So now what did the NTA do? NTA allowed everybody to apply afresh.
Yes, sir.
Correct.
NTA had received 3,000 presentations and 900 emails on account of inability of the students to make the application due to mismatch, not able to Aadhaar authentication could not be done by most of the students. OTP was not received, OTP could not be received, and fees could not be made. So all these aspects were the subject matter of these representation. In the light of this court order and the order of the Honorable High Court of Karnataka, we opened up this registration.
But this order had nothing to do with that.
Order is only Karnataka disposed it.
But the relevant figure is this. We received, as my learned friend says, because of these difficulties, they could not make the appropriate application within time. We received 15,000 new registrations, approximately, maybe plus minus. We received 3,000 physical representations and 900 representations on email. But the relevant figure is this. Out of this new 14,094 students,
सुनना बहुत
I'm sorry, 15,094 students,
Yes.
those who will be getting admission in 1,08,000 are only 44.
44 students are
Qualifying for getting admission and are within 1,08,000.
Okay.
Which is the total number of medical seats.
काफी ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट है यार ये।
And let's 12,665 candidates are getting less than 200. That means they are failing.
12,665
out of these.
आप समझे ये चीज, कब से एक इशू चल रहा था, कब से एक इशू था कि वो 2 दिन की जो एक्स्ट्रा डेट दी गई थी उसी में मेजर कल्प्रिट्स आए होंगे, बट 44 स्टूडेंट्स ही हैं बस।
Failing out of 1,500, 12,000 are 15,000, 12,000 are failing. just to indicate and satisfy.
Only 44 got in at
Yes, to satisfy Lordship's conscience that this was not, my lord, intended to help someone.
Right.
It was, my lord, a pro-student measure ultimately that we have received 3,000 physical representations and 900 representations on email. Let window be open for 2 days. And the figure new registration is 15,094. 15,085, I will stand corrected.
हाँ यार डन समरी लेक्चर में दे दूंगा इसका पूरा कंप्लीट समरी दूंगा डोंट यू वरी तो वो 9th और 10th वाला इशू तो पूरा क्लोज है वो तो पूरा क्लोज है
Mr. Huda.
Yes, Lord. Lord, I don't want to spend much time on
One more aspect, Lord. There was one kind of a discrepancy which was noticed in the first half regarding the Jaipur. Lord, the chart which your lordships have seen contains where in 2003 and 2004 there was an increase. In 2003, 3 persons fall within, let's say, first 100, and it became 4. In Jaipur, that is Rajasthan, 2023 also 9 students were in first 100, and this time also they were in first 100. So that chart depicts cities where there is an increase this time, which is from 2 to 4, 2 to 5. The rest are 1, 1, 0, 1, 1, 0, etc.
Yes, on the IIT chart, I don't want to spend much time. Just 2-3 tables I want to show, and I want to proceed because there is much better evidence on record to show a leak and a systemic.
Now, what are your submissions? Now, why don't you formulate your
submission with regard to IIT chart? First was that there is a conflict of interest. 2, they have taken the data of 23,33,000.
ये पॉइंट की मैं बात कर रहा था.
Have this bell-shaped curve and to say that it does not show any abnormality. I say 1 or 2 or 3% insertion of other candidates using unfair means can't be detected in such large data.
Yes.
Third, I say the different tables they give, they are giving without declaring the result, they are giving the data only with regard to 2 to 3 cities and not the entire data for the scrutiny of the petitioners.
Yes.
The sampling they have done to suit their own.
ठीक है. एज यू नो थर्ड पॉइंट इन्होंने बोला है कुछ सिटीज का ही आपने डेटा दिया है, ओवरऑल रिजल्ट नहीं दिया गया.
8 and 9 at page 15 they are drawing, can you see table 8 and 9 how wrong they have gone in their analysis. They are showing a table 8 at page 15, the center wise rank of top 500. Now, Lord, for 24 is the table 4. So, Bhatinda they say only 5, Sikar they say 4, Surat they say 4. Now, Lord, they are comparing this with the data of 23.
Where did you get that table?
Table 8, Lord.
Table 8.
Correct. Table 8 center wise rank of 2024, Lord.
Yes.
So they focus on Bhatinda, Sikar and Surat and they give the number of students. Now the next table, they are comparing the 2 tables to show that there is no abnormality. In the next center wise rank of 23 of top 500. Now they are comparing Rajkot with Bhatinda, Vijayawada with Sikar, Delhi with Surat. I do not know how they do it. If they are doing a comparison center wise rank of 2 different years, they have to compare apple with apple. But they say no, we will do it like this. This doesn't make any sense whatsoever. And the argument I am making is that they cannot take support of this IIT Madras a report to say that there is no leak and there is no cheating.
No, that
and
is, that they're
the
doing,
only thing
they
is
are seeing if there is any abnormality, that's all. Whether there's a leak or not, you have to establish aliende.
Yes, the only thing is IIT Faridabad has not been able to pinpoint the red flags. They say we have not been able to find, everything seems to be normal. Now, Lord, may kindly see table 16 straight away, and then I don't want to waste a lot's time on this table because that is not a clinching on either side. Just to show that the kind of inflation is there, which is shown in table 16. And they say this is normal. I say this is not normal. Lord, may kindly see page 17. Now they have given the total number of candidates for 3 years with a rank of 550 to 720. Lord, this is the marks range, 550 to 720. This table 16. 2022, in this marks range, Lord, I have done the total. The total of 2022 from marks range of 550 to 720 is 49,134. Lord, may kindly note it somewhere.
24.
49,134 is 2022 total candidate in the marks range of 550 to 720. For the next year, 2023, my lord, the number goes up to 64,520. If I total all the 4 categories given here.
For 2022, how much was it?
My lord, 2022 it was 49,134.
Yes.
23, my lord, this number goes up to 64,520.
And?
There is an increase of 15,000 per lord approximately.
And 24?
And 24, this figure goes to 1,42,137. So the increase is 77,000. So the previous year the increase was 15,000.
How many students actually appeared in 2022, 23 and 24? Total students?
Yes, Lord, there is an increase of about 1 lakh students.
2022, how many students appeared?
Lord, it is 3 lakh students. 2.95 to be precise.
2.95 lakh students.
No. It will be more.
And 23.
No, it must be much more.
It has to be more.
Mr. Kaushik, in 2022, how many students appeared?
Okay, yes, but I have this
Total.
Total number?
1,87,000.
Yes.
No.
Lord,
1 lakh?
It is.
I have the exact figures.
Once again, 18.
I have the exact figures, Lord.
I've got the figure, correct figures. It's 18,72,343 registered.
18,72,000.
17,64,571 actually appeared.
17 lakh?
17,64,571. Yes, 22. In 24 minutes,
23?
23 registered is 20,87,462.
Yes. How many appeared?
Appeared is 20,38,596.
And 24?
24 minutes registered is 24,06,079.
ये सब टॉपिक पहले भी डिस्कस हो चुके हैं, कुछ नया नहीं है एक्चुअली. ये सही बताओ तो मार्क्स का इंक्रीमेंट ये जस्टिफाई नहीं कर पा रहा है कि ठीक है कि नहीं.
Appeared is minutes 23,33,297.
So between 22 and 24, the number who registered has gone up from 18 to 24, which is about, say, 33% increase. And those who appeared increased from 17.64 to 23, again about, say, 33%, 1/3 increase. So as opposed to the increased number of students, about 33% increase, the number in the top echelons has gone up almost by 300%, from 50,000 to 1,40,000.
The increase, I have another.
Necessarily draw a correlation that therefore the examination is
Maybe
reached.
there a lot also. But there is a reason given by blood as
According to you, there was a reduction in the syllabus.
So they have, my lord, IIT Madras, IIT
Disclose in their response that there was a corresponding increase which we have placed on record. There is not a whisper. And just one thing more.
There was an increase in the syllabus.
There's an increase in the syllabus. And neither the IIT Madras is talking. IIT Madras.
How do you demonstrate that there was an increase in the syllabus?
I have a document placed on record, but they can't deny it.
Show us that.
I will straight away show it. Just want to show it here. Just one thing. Increase of number of people in the examination in 2021 was 1,78,000. 22 it was 2.2 lakh increase. In 23 2.74 lakh. And 24 the increase is 2,95 lakh. So the increase is almost linear.
About 33% increase every year.
But in terms of lakhs, what I'm saying?
It's about 1/3, roughly
1.7 lakh, 2.2 lakh, 2.74 lakh, and now 2.95 lakh. It's almost linear.
15%.
15% at every year. Here, the jump is not fivefold. In the number of candidates falling in that category, 77,000. Previous year, the difference was 15,000.
No, but can this by itself be indicative of a leak in the question paper?
No, I would say there is a smoking gun on the blood. Well, it's a red flag. Acha, एक second, वो document it.
सी ये जो बात चल रही है ये पहले भी ये ऐसा है, आज पहली बार नहीं उठ रहा है मुद्दा, राइट? ये तो स्टार्टिंग डे 1 से यही एक इशू है कि
kindly have my supplementary note circulated yesterday.
Your lordship would note, even in the first bracket, that is 700 to 720, there is a remarkable jump. In 2022, 99 students, my lord, fall
That goes up to 2321.
and 350 into last year. That is also almost, my lord.
Right.
So that keep on happening because many students, my lord, appear, they could not make it, they reappear in the next year. These are the dynamics.
In that marks range, 22 to 23, the increase was 15,000. 23 to 24, in the same marks range, the increase is 77,000.
Mr.
There. I do it there, Lord.
You have to have something more concrete.
That's right. I will
Just give us a
straight away
specific,
coming to the best part of my submission.
You are the best part.
Yes, I am straight away coming just
Yes.
after showing that there is an increase in this labor.
What was that?
Yes, Lord, allow me, Lord, my supplementary submission circulated yesterday.
Yes.
This annexure A, page 7. The following syllabus was increase in the NEET-UG 24 examination topic, increase in biology. Lord, this is the topic added. And then, Lord, on the next page, topics increase in chemistry.
Yes.
Then page 8 is the topics increase in chemistry. These are the topics added at page 8. And then page 9 topics increase in physics.
एक्सपेरिमेंटल फिजिक्स जो ऐड हुआ है उसकी बात कर रहे हैं.
Notified just 5 months before the examination. $18 topics in physics, chemistry, and biology. And what surprisingly, the conduct of NTA is that there is not a whisper that this syllabus is not only reduced or deleted part of it, but it is increased also. They should have come clean.
All right, we got it.
Now,
Ask them.
but straight away, this honorable court on the last date of hearing directed NTA to identify, first of all, Lord, this honorable court directed that how the paper was sent, how it was sent to printing, then how it was sent to the centers. The chain of custody. Now, in the chain of custody, their reply is,
Now you're going to the most important
that's
point.
right, straight up.
So what is the submission now? You just formulate it.
Yes,
that we'll get it.
the submission is, their own case is that the questions papers were dispatched for the respective cities on 24th of April 2024. I'm sorry, 24, no. Overall, 24th of April 2024, the papers were dispatched through a reputed courier company, which is a private company in any case. Their name has also come out in everywhere. And it reached the SBI and Canara Bank on 5th of May 2024. 3rd of May, I'm sorry, 3rd of May 2000. It was in rickshaw.
Now, just one clarification. They were sent to the SBI, Canada branches in those cities, or what happened? Where were they sent to?
They were sent to the cities.
So wherever that's the total exam, the exam was held in how many cities? 571 centers in 90, how many cities?
571 cities.
4,700
4,750 centers.
Right, because we had said that last.
With regard to the interesting part now comes.
So these papers were sent to SBI and Can Bank in these 571 cities.
That's right. This is what they say in their reply.
Each of these cities had a SBI branch and a Can Bank branch.
Yes, yes.
And but the dispatch, may any notice this date.
So they were dispatched on 24/4
74
and reached on 3rd May.
The receipt is 5th of May 2024. 3rd of May. 3rd of May 2024.
So the time gap is about almost 9 days.
Yes, this is one aspect. They have not diverged. Now, please,
He is referring to Patna.
I'm not referring to Patna. I'm coming to
we are not writing.
Hazaribagh and then Patna. I'm not. That is a separate story.
Hazaribagh.
Hazaribagh. इसका वो सीधा हमारा सप्लीमेंट्री नोट.
ओके ठीक है. सो अभी तक समझ नहीं आ रहा है कि क्या कॉन्क्रीट ये लोग शो कर रहे हैं. पिटिशनर्स के एंड से कोई भी कॉन्क्रीट चीज़ अभी तक तो नहीं आई है. एंड यही सुनना चाह रहा हूँ मैं कि क्या कॉन्क्रीट एविडेंस वो. जजेस भी एक सेम ओपिनियन पे है. देखो बात आप कर सकते हो, बात आप सारी कर रहे हो, सारी चीज़ें फ्लॉस बता रहे हो, पेपर ईजी होना. यहाँ कोई एक बात तो कर ही नहीं रहा कोई कि पेपर का लेवल भी बढ़ाना चाहिए ताकि ऐसा ना हो, राइट. बट पिटिशनर्स के एंड से अभी एज सच कुछ भी कॉन्क्रीट नहीं मिला है. जजेस को वही चाहिए कुछ.
Uniformly on the 24th of April.
I will explain. As CBI has investigated the entire chain from the printer till it is delivered to the center, and how there are checks and balances, sealing, GPS tracking. If there is any tampering, then the GPS immediately sounds alert that there is at some stage at this particular place on this particular date there is a there are digital lockers, locks, etc. I have given that detail. There is a 7-layer security, 7-layer safety features.
And now what has come on record, now I'm straight away coming to that. It was dispatched on 24th of April 24. I'm sorry, 28th of April to.
But you just said 24th. So was it legal?
With regard to Hazaribagh.
No, one thing we want to know. Let's be clear on facts. Was the dispatch for all centers, all cities on the same day?
Yes, from the printing press. But its destinations are different across the country, including Andaman Nicobar. It takes separate time. So we have.
That you're right, but for the dispatch across the country, did the papers leave the printing press on the same day?
They start leaving it. They start leaving depending on the distance between 24th April to 28th April. They are dispatched from the printing press.
May I explain that system, my lord, how it starts and how it is received by the center?
So the printing press basically distributed the answer sheets and the question paper.
There are two printing presses because there are two papers.
Right.
One of them is to be chosen.
Right. So the two printing presses started distributing the question papers between the 24th and the 28th.
In different cities.
In different cities.
24 to 3rd May for others. With regard to Hazaribagh, 28th to 3rd of May.
For dispatch?
Yes, my lord. Dispatch for Hazaribagh, they say in the affidavit, NT affidavit, my lord, I just want to read. Because in deference to my lord's direction, that how it was transported, you specify. They have filed a reply. I want to read one paragraph of the, my lord, NTA additional reply, page 6. Lord, NTA additional reply. In my case, my lord. Transportation of question
Make the
papers
paper difficult, yes.
to custodians. I'll just read it and not.
Lord, I am not
Then
this adversarially, this would help you also. Understand the system.
Please let me read it and then.
All right, where is the NTA additional reply page?
My lord, page 6, my lord,
958.
which deals with NTA additional reply, my lord. This is 10th of July.
PDF page 953 in Vanchika Yatram transportation.
This is 10th of July, my lord, in Vanchika Yadav affidavit.
Yes.
Lord, may kindly see page 6 bottom. They are talking of Roman 8, transportation of question papers to custodians. Say the sealed trunk was handed over to a reliable all India logistic company for transportation and when dispatched based on distance of examination center across the country. The sealed iron trunks for Hazaribagh, Jharkhand were dispatched on 28th of April 2024. The authorized company loaded the sealed iron trunks into a dedicated closed body vehicle and an electronic lock was put on the door along with one-time seal. The moment of this vehicle was tracked by the logistic company. The truck has also the digital lock with a GPS tracker giving real-time information.
Just a minute, please.
So now point is criminal should be punished. हाँ बेटा ये तो है, बट अभी ये पूरा जो चेन है, चेन ऑफ सप्लाई देख रहे हैं, कहाँ से बना, किसके थ्रू गया, एंड आई डोंट नो, अभी तक मुझे समझ नहीं आ रहा पिटिशनर्स किस पॉइंट पे जाना चाह रहे हैं, कुछ इसमें फ्लॉ है कि नहीं है, क्योंकि देखो सीबीआई ने इन्वेस्टिगेशन जिस हिसाब से बताया जा रहा है, जीपीएस इनेबल्ड ट्रक्स हैं, डिजिटल लॉकर है, तो वहाँ पे कैसे हो सकता है, बट लेट्स सी क्या होता है. पिटिशनर्स का इंटेंशन अभी तक बताऊं तो जजेस भी स्टिल देयर आस्किंग फॉर सम कॉन्क्रीट एविडेंस, क्योंकि सारी बातें हो चुकी हैं. काउंसलिंग तो अमनदीप हो गई राइट, जैसे ये वो तो यार ये केस मान लो आज होता है ठीक है, अदरवाइज नेक्स्ट डेट पे जाएगा, तो आई थिंक काउंसलिंग विल स्टार्ट.
531 मार्क पे चल.
काउंसलिंग की नोटिफिकेशन आपको कुछ दिन में आ जाएगी. यार मेरे हिसाब से अभी तक तो स्थिति यही लग रही है, रीनीट नहीं हो रहा है, कुछ फ्लॉ ही नहीं दिख रहे हैं ना. कुछ फ्लॉ दिखे, देखो फ्लॉ देखने को जाओगे तो बिल्कुल दिख रहे हैं, बट ये है कि रिपोर्ट्स के अकॉर्डिंग अगर आप जाओगे तो गवर्नमेंट सीबीआई की इन्वेस्टिगेशन रिपोर्ट, और क्या कहाँ से लाओगे, आपके पास डेटा तो है नहीं, क्लियर कट बात. डेटा होगा तो फिर आप यार डेटा को स्टडी करके कुछ पॉइंटर्स निकाल सको। आपके पास जो चीज़ें हैं वो वही हैं जो गवर्नमेंट अथॉरिटीज़ के थ्रू आ रही हैं, राइट। देखते हैं यार हर्ष, अमनदीप, एग्जैक्ट डेट बेटा देख ऐसा होगा कि एग्जैक्ट डेट तो कैसे बता सकता हूँ यार मैं, बट ये होगा सबसे पहले एक नोटिफिकेशन आएगा, फिजिकली हैंडीकैप्ड लोगों के लिए एक ऑफिशियल हॉस्पिटल्स की लिस्ट निकलती है जहाँ से वो अपना पीडब्ल्यू सर्टिफिकेट इशू करवा सकते हैं, क्योंकि वही इशूड सर्टिफिकेट के ऊपर ही आपको एक पीडब्ल्यू सीट मिलेगी, ठीक है। सबसे पहले तो वो आएगा, उसके बाद फिर जाके एमसीसी का नोटिफिकेशन आएगा कि इस डेट से चालू होने वाली है। अभी तक वो नोटिफिकेशन आया नहीं है, उसमें एक हफ्ते का टाइम देते हैं। मान लो कल भी आएगा तो एक हफ्ता कल से लोगे 26 तारीख हो जाएगी, 26 को भी आता है मान लीजिए आपका नोटिफिकेशन, तो उसमें भी 4-5 दिन का गैप देते हैं। मतलब जुलाई में तो अभी तक हाल फिलहाल नहीं दिख रहा है, राइट। जो भी सिचुएशन दिख रही है वो, ये आवाज को क्या हुआ? ठीक है, आज हो जाएगा यार। देखो होना तो चाहिए, बिकॉज आज से एक्सटेंड नहीं होना चाहिए। और अभी तक की स्थिति ये है, मुझे लग नहीं रहा। एक डेटा मांगा था लंच से पहले, जो कि हमारे सॉलिसिटर जनरल साहब ले आए डेटा कि कितने 15,000 में से जिन्होंने भी 8, 9 और 10 को चूज़ किया था, उसमें से मात्र 44 स्टूडेंट्स बस क्वालिफाई किए हैं, ठीक है, बस क्वालिफाई किए हैं, पास हुए हैं। और मतलब पास हुए यानी 1 लाख में आते हैं, और बाकी 2.5 लाख के अराउंड 2,000, 12,000, 11,000 तो है ही नहीं। सो एक तो वो था, तो वो डेटा तो आ गया। अब इसके आगे ये petitioners पे डिपेंड करता है क्या होने वाला है आगे। जजेस आई थिंक यही डिस्कस कर रहे हैं कि कुछ कॉन्क्रीट एविडेंस नहीं आएगा तो फिर इस चीज को एक्सटेंड करने का कोई सेंस नहीं है। हालांकि यार देखो, जितने ही बच्चे हैं ना नीट 2025 की प्रिपरेशन कर रहे हैं यार, एक दो चीजें तो आप लोगों को समझ के चलनी पड़ेगी। 2 सिचुएशन होंगे यहाँ पे, या तो पेपर का लेवल एज इट इज आएगा, और मान लो अगर पेपर का लेवल एज इट इज आया ना तो कट ऑफ आपका 650 प्लस नेक्स्ट ईयर भी जाएगा, मान के चलो। तो आपका टारगेट तो सिंपल चीज यही होना चाहिए, आपको आपकी प्रिपरेशन में 2 टाइप के पेपर सॉल्व करने हैं। एक तो पेपर ऐसा सॉल्व करना है जो नीट 23, 24 इसके पैटर्न पे हो, ठीक है, और उसमें 650 प्लस लाने। और एक साइमल्टेनियसली आप ये भी नहीं कर सकते कि आप लोअर लेवल पे ही तैयारी करोगे, क्योंकि जिस हिसाब का प्रॉब्लम बन रहा है अभी ये, उस हिसाब से यार देखो एक चांस है अच्छा खासा ब्राइट कि नेक्स्ट ईयर पेपर का लेवल बढ़ेगा। और अगर पेपर का लेवल बढ़ेगा तब जाके शायद कट ऑफ 610, 620 के रेंज में वापस आ सकता है। पेपर का कट ऑफ सेम रहा तो फिर तो नेक्स्ट ईयर कट ऑफ यार ये मान के चलो उतना ही जाएगा। हाँ मतलब यार कट ऑफ नेक्स्ट ईयर भी इतना गया तो फिर ऑब्वियसली यही बात है। बेटा अभी दे आर नॉट स्पीकिंग अभी ऐसा कुछ।
Body vehicle with electronic locks, and on 3rd of May this paper trunk was found to be traveling in an e-rickshaw open to sky being delivered at the Oasis school, and there is a photograph on record shows the principal, who has now been arrested by the CBI, is receiving the trunk, not the SBI bank but the Hazaribagh school principal. The affidavit before this honorable court is factually incorrect and doesn't even capture that basic part. Here they say on 3rd of May, page 7, the last bullet of this para, the sealed iron trunk were delivered to the concerned custodian SBI bank at Hazaribagh, Jharkhand on 3rd of May and was kept in a safe vault by the bank. The bank received the trunks and gave an acknowledgement to the logistic company. Now, my lord, straight away allow me to come to my supplementary submissions, my lord, which I have placed even the photographs on record, showing that where this trunk was being taken in an e-rickshaw, open to sky with one driver.
Can you now formulate your submissions? You're saying that now, you've seen now the broad lay of the matter. Your contention is the leak is absolutely widespread and systemic.
One.
Now, how do you formulate your submission?
Lord, what I say is, because this honorable court pertinently asked them a question.
No, but just formulate it. Just formulate. We're not able to get your point now. You've seen the broad.
There is a systemic failure in conducting the examination by NTA, and the multiple failures, my lord, if I enlist, the failure is multi-dimensional, and if I enlist serial wise, my lord.
Yes, just tell us.
Yes. The transportation of the question paper got compromised when for 6 days the question paper remained in the hands of a private courier company. And in support, I have to say about the evidence on record indicating that the question paper for this examination was being transported in an e-rickshaw 2 days prior to the examination.
At Hazaribagh, no?
At Hazaribagh, on 3rd of May. And instead of it being taken to straight away to the bank, probably there was no clarity on the direction where the question paper will go. So the e-rickshaw driver took it to the Oasis school.
No, that's not what.
If your lordship,
I will read that.
Lordships read the caption below the picture, while in print is let's perhaps not reading that.
Where are you reading?
That's the same picture which is being displayed on the
Let me read just one news item and show this newspaper. Page 12 of my written.
Just a minute.
My supplementary submission, Lord, may kindly have for a moment. That will clinch it.
That only I am reading.
Just read.
Allow me to read.
He says that these are the question papers, but picture shows.
Lord, may kindly see page 11. Lord, may just
OMR sheets.
OMR sheets. After the examination,
third of May. Lord, may allow me to just to first read, my Lord, Annexure B at page 11 of my supplementary submission. This
Therefore,
news item and then the photograph, Lord, I will show that.
Incorrect version of the situation may not be. My affidavit is with regard to.
Huda, now you have to formulate what your point is. You said
Yes, Lord.
that there was a systemic failure of NTA in conducting the examination. One, transportation was compromised. The packet remained with a private courier company for 6 days and transported in an e-rickshaw at Hazaribagh on 3 May 2020.
3rd of May 2000, which was received by the principal, and instead of the custodian, that is the SBI. And now the information with us is that this principal of Hazaribagh has been arrested for being a conspirator in the leak. He was part of the NTA, he was a city coordinator.
Then what is the next point?
Well, the next point is the dissemination of the leaked paper was happening from 3rd of May itself, and the evidence of the chat on the Telegram, etc., indicate that the sold paper was being circulated on 4th of May, not 5th of May.
Where do we get that?
Lord, with regard to that, Lord, I have two submissions. One, Lord, in my submission, Lord, what I had said was that there is a flame blare channel which had disseminated the sold paper.
Where is that?
Lord, question paper. Lord, that I have, Lord, if I can straight away show my first note, Lord, I have said it. They have responded to my first note, thankfully, and they are not commenting on that. I want to read, Lord, page 6 of my first note.
Where is the first note?
10th of July note, which was filed in deference to my lord's direction that it should be one comprehensive note. Where I say, my lord, correct. Claim rear.
उनके एंड से नेटवर्क इशू है.
Written submissions, para 2, systemic failure.
Locate that number.
So there is one principal note, my lord, which we submitted 10th of July.
Heading reads as relevant list of dates.
No, the written submissions which we have filed on 10th of July. It's a combined written submissions.
We have
The collated one, my lord. There are only two, I believe.
You replied yesterday for that note also.
Yes, you filed reply also to that note.
Yes, filed a reply to that note.
Yes. But there is one heading, systemic failure. So this compromise the sanctity of examination.
Question paper was circulated on Telegram channel.
That's right. Question paper was circulated on a Telegram channel one day prior to the scheduled examination on 4th of May 2024 at 12 a.m. This breach of security has raised significant concerns regarding the integrity of the fairness of the examination process. Given the nature of social media and modern communication platform, it is impossible to accurately determine the full extent of leak and identify all beneficiaries. Information shared on social media spread rapidly and uncontrollably, reaching an extensive audience within a very short period. This phenomenon makes it extremely challenging to segregate the pinpoint the individuals who may have gained unfair advantage. Screen recording of a handle named Flame Blair. Lord, we have this video. Now, in response to this pleading, Lord, they have filed a written note yesterday. They don't talk about it. They don't comment on it.
So basically, बात कर रहे हो टेलीग्राम के वीडियो की यार.
Only thing is which you have to bear in mind as a matter of robust common sense. The idea of somebody who was doing this was not just to make a national charade of the NEET exams. The people who are doing it were in it for money.
Correct.
Right?
That's right.
It is not people who wanted to sort of bring the whole exam into disrepute.
Correct.
What you would do to bring the whole exam into disrepute is to have a massive dissemination.
This became public.
So
only after
why
the
would
examination.
but right, somebody who was doing it admittedly, as it now appears, to make money out of the process.
That's right.
Therefore, anybody who is making money out of it, he would not circulate it on a mass scale unless he has that network to also connect with other people.
right.
Like you have, say, 10 people across in 10 different cities in the state
That's right.
who are all involved in the leakage and being part of the conspiracy to make money.
That's right.
So, is it your case? I mean, we have made a note of that point, that this was circulated on Telegram on early morning on the
4th of May.
4th of May at 12:02 a.m.
That's right.
So the whole of 4th went.
Correct. All of 4th and then on 5th, because the examination is on 5th at 2 p.m. in the afternoon.
That's actually, my friend is not correct. We have replied to this in our additional affidavit also, as well as written.
Flame Blair.
When was it actually put on the Telegram channel?
Telegram channel, our stand is it is a doctored video. Edited is shown in the picture itself, which we have placed on record along with our.
This is another thing.
And the time is
completed. If I can complete.
Please. 5th May, 1740 is the time of this minutes video.
Not this one. This
After that, let him show minutes that video he is talking of. He has got this.
Telegram channel has an inbuilt feature. If you made some changes or you tamper with it, then that change is also reflected. And therefore, we came to know that this was somebody had circulated after the examination.
Yes, sir. I will show that video and what they are trying to say and demonstrate that it is factually incorrect.
1940.
Yes, if I can, my lord, straight away invite my lord kind attention to NTA additional reply, my lord, what the Learned Solicitor General is saying. Page 24 of NTA additional reply, my lord. There is, this is another Akash test series they have bought it. We didn't know that. But they say there was another channel which was circulating. And they say this circulation happened post the examination. And what is the basis to say so? Let me explain it, my lord. Kindly see page 24 of this NTA additional reply. Now, my lord, this is the original screen at page 1, page 24, which shows paper.
To India.
No, my lord, this is my lord, additional affidavit of NTA. My lord, it is a screen like this, my lord, may I see this. It will be a screen like this.
Page
Page 24, my lord. Annexure A2.
976, yes.
Annexure A2.
Yes. Yes.
Now, my lord, kindly see the second half of it, where date May 4 is written. And
Right.
then there is a paper being shown in this check. Now, at the bottom of it, my lord, that red circle, they say it is-
901.
this is
It is
edited.
901.
This is edited. Lord, paper is being shown on 4th of May on this Telegram channel. The date is appearing on the top, and at the bottom of this document, my lord, kindly see the circle they have done it for facility.
Circle indicates what? The answer.
Yes, circle, they say, indicates that this message is edited.
It is 901.
And so maybe time is edited. This is their argument. And the real time is, my lord, kindly see the next page. They say this is the real time. Now I will explain. Lord, page 25, they say the time is 5/5/2024, 1540, 1740. There is a fundamental flaw in this argument. One argument is, my lord, whenever a Telegram channel document is pressed for edited, it can swap the document, but the time will remain the same. It can't change the time. I have tried it myself, Lord, with the help of my all colleagues. If on a Telegram channel I receive a document, I want to edit it, I can swap the document, but the time will not change. This is one. They say the time is changed, which is impossible. Now the next page 25, the time they are giving is not the time of receipt of a document, it is a watermark. It's there.
If I open this question paper, this opens.
second point was the telegram.
Yes, my lord. Telegram, page 24, indicate that on 4th of May, question paper is being circulated. The photograph of the question paper, my lord, appearing, we have compared it with the original. It is this original question paper. The date shown on the top of it is 4th of May, and the time is 9 a.m. Now they want this honorable court to disbelieve this date and time with the next page showing. Lord, may kindly see the next page. Next page, page 45, is not the date and time which can ever appear like this in a telegram channel. It is a watermark. If I click a picture, if I click a picture, Lord,
9 a.m. Now they
with the date and time on, I photo it, then it will appear that the photo is taken on this time and this date. Can you see the watermark? It's not a date and time appearing on the telegram. Date and time appears like the one it is appearing at page 24. This is how they want this honorable court to believe this. And this is something other than the flame blare, which we have found and seen the video.
What else now?
Yes. Now, with this, allow me, to come back to Hazaribagh, just one news item to demonstrate that how it is an admitted thing, almost admitted thing, that the paper is leaked on 3rd of May. Allow me, to come back to my supplementary note for a moment. Page 12 of my supplementary note. That is essential. Allow me to read that. Page 11.
Yeah.
My supplementary note. I have only two notes. One the main note and the other is supplementary note. Where I had shown the edit syllabus.
Yes.
Yes, page 11. Allow me to read this news. The Central Bureau of Investigation probing the NEET-UG paper leak case on Friday arrested 3 persons, including principal of so-and-so, and vice principal of the OSS school Hazaribagh, and interrogated 13 suspects arrested by Patna police at so-and-so jail in Bihar capital. The CBI sleuths also visited so-and-so with 2 accused to explore the potential involvement of Rocky, nephew of alleged mastermind Sanjeev Mukhia, in the case. The principal and vice principal of Hazaribagh school, one of the center for the exam conducted on 5th of May, were arrested after 3 days of the questions involving more than 60 hours over the allegations of tampering of question papers. The identity of the third person could not be ascertained till the time of filing of this report. 3 arrested persons will be produced in CBI court in Patna. CBI had seized cell phone, laptops, school CCTV camera footage with the assistance of forensic experts on Tuesday. According to sources, the CBI uncovered crucial evidence from the 3 months call records obtained from Huck's phone, which led to his arrest. Huck, who served as the district coordinator for NEET, had earlier expressed concern about a potential leak originating from a private courier company and the SBI that the breach might have occurred at their end. The CBI, which was initially concentrating on the route from the office of the private courier firm at so-and-so to CBI main branch, Julu Park, shifted its focus after analyzing CCTV footage. The footage confirmed that no tampering occurred along this stretch, leading to CBI to suspect Huck, who consistently provided the same response during questioning. Sources told TOI that CBI's attention turned to OSS school, located on Mandai Road near Kalu Chowk, and its staff. The agency began gathering digital evidence and uncovered that e-rickshaw had gone directly to OSS school on May 3, instead of proceeding to the CBI main branch, where it was supposed to be stored in the strong room. CBI sources said that at the school, the aluminum box was tampered with and the packet containing the question paper was removed. A glue stick was used to reseal the package containing the question paper. The Economic Offences Unit, which had been investigating the case before it handed over to the CBI, also corroborated these findings according to the sources. But allow me to skip this. Now kindly see the next page, at page 14. I'm sorry, this is page 14, and then 15 is this e-rickshaw and the principal of the school who has been arrested now for tampering with the trunk and seal, etc. Page 15. But this is the e-rickshaw. In the affidavit, they said that it is all sealed vehicle, covered and sealed vehicle, guarded, and where all sort of security. Now, this is how
Students pay for the NEET exam.
Pardon?
How much does each student pay for the NEET exam? 1,700 rupees.
The reserve category was, how much was the reserve category?
3,200
1700
for the reserved category.
general category.
1,700 for the general category. And reserved category? 0.33 lakh students into 1,700, how much does it work? Sorry?
And then they have transported these boxes in an e-rickshaw with one driver. There is no guard.
Nobody would pose with a photo, to pose for to be photographed like this if these are question papers. This is a part of the process. When you hand over or take over something, you pause with the receipt, etc. This is OMR sheets, not question paper.
That's 1700 for the general. General EWS, OBC and NCL is 1600.
From the exam,
The expense rates.
how much do you make in terms of revenue for this?
Revenue generation. It's about 400 crores and the expenditure is about 300 crores.
Mr. Solicitor, you engage a private courier company?
Lord, your lordships may allow me to show. Lord, the checks.
There is no CCTV in the centers. There is no toilets in some of the
We are not
areas
on
where-
toilets. There are
66%. There is no CCTV.
CCTV footage is recovered. Lord, I will, Lord, show when my turn comes.
All right, your third point now,
Besides this-
what is the third point supplementary?
Yeah, Lord, besides this, we have placed on record 161 statements recorded by Bihar Police of the accused, which indicate that the paper was available on 4th. If I can straight away read just one statement. That statement is in my main note, dated 10th of July. Just one statement, allow me to read from there.
You are reading Anurag Yadav's statement?
I'm read, yes.
Yes, that your translation is wrong. I have got the original in Hindi.
Okay.
It
I
is
believe,
wrong on a very crucial point.
read Hindi. I believe,
It's wrong on a very crucial point.
okay, okay.
Must be a mistake. I am not alleging anything.
Okay. So, this statement indicates that my uncle dropped me on 4th, right? The paper leak was on 4th.
That's not a.
See one statement with you.
Who gave you this?
But yes, well, in fact, because so many people are circulating this material on social media from everywhere, but though the candidates here are less, but the anxiety on a social media and the kind of students who are affected by it, but not coming forward to file a petition before this honorable court. They are supporting all these petitions, and this kind of a material is being supplied, and not even the officers. But the other day, I had placed on record the press note of Bihar Police. The IG Police gave that press note. Now, subsequently, they say they have backtracked. The thing is happening in this case. So let them deny that these are not the correct. This is what they say. In the counter affidavit, they say that this is not a certified copy of 161 statement, and hence it should be discounted from the evidence. हाँ
हिंदी वाली तो
हाँ हिंदी वाली सर्टिफाइड
हिंदी वाली लेके आ और हिंदी वाले स्टेटमेंट मांग लेंगे सर
इनको बाथरूम में टॉयलेट
According to you, the leaked question paper was in the leaked mode on the 4th itself.
Correct. Lord, I would say third, because for a reason. Let me give a reason, Lord. As per their affidavit, they say all questions papers were deposited with the SBI and Canara Bank on 3rd of May.
Right.
And thereafter, it was taken out of the wallet of the respective banks on 5th of May, 8:15 a.m. on 5th of May.
And according to them, the leak occurred then.
No, they don't say, they are in a denial mode. Now, what I say is, if the leak has not happened during the custody of the banks, then the leak has either happened on the day of the examination or on 3rd or prior to 3rd. There is no leak between 3rd and 5th because the question papers remained in the custody.
Also, I mean, possibly, if according to them, the leak takes place sometime on the morning of the 5th, according to them by.
Yes, they don't say
They
this.
say that the student, what they say that the
Students were made to memorize.
memorize on the 5th
Now
morning.
that the memorized
One
question.
second. If the students were made, according to them, the students were made to memorize on the 5th morning. All right, according to them. If they, why is the chap behind you saying no to everything that I say? We've also read our brief.
Sorry, yeah.
According to them, the students were made to memorize. That means prior to the 5th morning, somebody had solved the question
The
papers.
whole argument, I'm so grateful.
If somebody had solved the question papers, it certainly doesn't go to the 5th morning.
Correct.
It has to go at least to the 4th, 5th night, the night between the 4th and the 5th.
That's right.
In
And
which case the leak has occurred sometime prior to the night of the 4th and 5th.
I'm so grateful. And
So which means that their question is, when did the papers get leaked?
That's what I was saying.
I would say, if they are certain that leak has not happened when the question papers were in the custody of the banks, then certainly the leak has happened on 3rd or prior to 3rd.
Before the questions were given to
deposit, because
before they were given to the bank.
That's right. Before they were deposited with the bank, everywhere in the entire country, their stand is the question papers were deposited with the banks on 3rd of May. And in their custody, it remained in a wallet, and no bank officials are accused and have been arrested. There is no allegation against bank officials.
By the way, in the ordinary course, before the exam, when were they supposed to leave the vaults of the bank? Exam is at 2 o'clock on
15 in the morning.
Right.
They say that the center head will go collect paper. Now, there is another systemic failure, let me point out simultaneously, like in Bahadurgarh. So the head went to both banks, SBI and Canara Bank, collected paper from both banks, whereas he should have collected paper only from one bank. And
Now tell us one thing, please. There are two possibilities, distinct possibilities. One, the paper gets leaked before the questions are lodged in the custody of the Canara Bank and the State Bank of India, which means that the leak has taken place before the 3rd.
Correct.
3rd, they were all safely with State Bank and Canara Bank.
Correct.
The alternate hypothesis is that the leak takes place after they are distributed from the Canara Bank and the State Bank of India and are bound for the centers.
Listen, now, Lord, that is a remote possibility for the reasons, Lord.
Because between 8, going by their hypothesis, between 8:15 in the morning and 10:15 when the students were, according to them, given the papers, it's very unlikely that in 2 hours the questions were solved and then
everything, and they were made to memorize. This is impossible.
The alternate hypothesis appears to be more logical, according to you.
That's
that the leak occurred even before the question papers were lodged with the...
That's right. Thanks. Correct, Lord. That is my respectful submission.
The State Bank of India and Canara Bank.
Unless it is their case that the leak happened when it was...
The leak has happened between sometime before the 3rd. Or on or before the 3rd. Then between the 3rd and 5th, there's a fairly long period of time.
That's right. During the period, my lord, it was in the custody of a private courier company, where they were taking it into rickshaws and here and there for days together. For days together in private hands.
So what is, since when was NTA established?
2017.
It was 17, but the first NEET exam they conducted in 2019.
But 2019 onwards, the questions have always been handled by private companies or private couriers?
In the route, en route, there are checks. And if any courier company or any employee of a courier company tampers with the vehicle in which he is transporting the trunks, it would be registered on a real-time basis with digital footprints. I'll be able to show.
But how is the digital footprint not available here then?
It's not. The CBI has investigated that there is no tampering en route.
Why don't?
There is no tampering
en route.
Then where does the tampering take place?
There is no the tampering.
Hey, don't laugh. I mean, we are asking a serious question. We are not trying to poke fun at the argument or anything. We are trying to understand it.
No, I understand, anyway, let us.
According to you, where does the leak take place?
So there is no leak which has taken place.
No, okay, where does the breach take place?
There is a breach which has taken place where we have the timings, we have the CCTV footage of someone going inside the particular center. That's what I wanted to show to your lordship.
So what time does that take place?
Yes, my lord, it is 9. Give me the first report. Lord, it's a part of my between 8 to between in the morning 8 to 9:23. The person goes in, photographs the paper and comes out, and thereafter, my lord, your lordships will find, my lord, investigation.
But 1 second, assuming that happens between 8 and 9:20, we have to test this hypothesis in the ordinary course of things.
Yes, sir.
According to you, the students got the question paper at about 10 o'clock, 10:15.
After 10, after it was solved.
Is it likely this questions, there are 180 questions,
Yes, sir.
right? Is it possible that in 45 minutes between 9:30 and 10:15, they would have problem solvers preparing the answers to 180 questions and then putting it together for the students in 45 minutes?
Lord, they got 1 hour and there were 7 solvers. I can't, my lord, divulge all this information. It's a part of my report. There were 7 solvers. They demarcated 25 questions each. And I can tell you, lordship, my lord, why they were required to memorize. Lord, if we are, all of us are sitting in one classroom, the 180 plus 20 questions would be same. But the number of the question would be
That's very jumbled up.
shuffled.
That's right.
My question number 1 would be his question number 8. So nobody can give a answer sheet ready that A answer is B answer is C. They will have to memorize. And so far the investigation has been able to identify 18 students, and because of this lack of from 10 to 12, because they were asked to go back to their centers, they have to report to the center.
So it's the whole hypothesis that within 45 minutes to an hour, not only was there a breach, but the entire question paper was solved in a space of 45 minutes,
No,
and then
within 1
given to
hour.
the students.
Within 1 hour.
It's to be very far-fetched. In 1 hour, all that happened.
Lord, within 1 hour, and there were 7 solvers, and 7 solvers bifurcated questions.
So according to you, the leak, the breach occurred when the
8 to a.m. in the morning to 9:23 in the morning.
It was taken out.
So the papers left the vault at 8 o'clock, 8 to.
9:23. They didn't have much time, therefore,
But what time did the papers leave the vault of the State Bank of India or Canara Bank, whichever bank?
7:30, which is under the videography, we have, under the CCTV, we have recovered the footage, and there is no.
So 7:30 they leave the bank.
Yes,
After that, the paper
they
is.
bring it to the center.
What time does it reach the center?
5 minutes.
From Hazaribagh.
7:45. And since the
No, पटना में भी तो होगा ना कोई पेपर.
So but assuming that it was 8:02 to 9:30.
evidence to show, Lord, I'll be able to show it to your lordship. And that is why, that is the reason why, because the students got only 2 hours, Lord, to memorize the questions. I'll be able to show that. Lord, out of 18 students who are identified, who were, Lord, brought at a particular place, only 1 student, Lord, is getting possible admission. But Lord, of course, now he would be facing the debarment, etc. Only 1.
But there are about 225 students totally involved, 225.
But I cannot give the figure, but it would not cross 150. That's our estimate. And I will be able to substantiate these facts, my lord, by the very meticulous investigation conducted. My lord, the person who went inside for the purpose of breaking is arrested. The
CBI second report.
Lord, I would request your lordship, my lord, to closely scrutinize the CBI status report. My lord, if your lordships can, my lord, may I request? May I request in report number 1, kindly read from para 27 onwards.
Now see report number 2.
Yes,
Report number 2.
yesterday, my lord, it was filed yesterday. Would your lordships consider?
Para 113.8 at page 13.
Second. Your lordships are on para?
Page 13, para 113.8.
Yes. The total number of candidates so and so from the are around so and so. Therefore, my lord, I said that it would not cross roughly, my lord, 150. And at every stage of the travel route,
113.8.
8, my lord?
113.8. Just read it in your mind.
Yes, sir. The total number,
That's all.
around 150.
This is your figure.
Yes, sir. Therefore, I said my total would not cross 150. The check
This is between Patna and Hazaribagh.
What is the distance between?
Lord, it is at a distance. Lord, the one gang member who was also at Hazaribagh, Lord, sent it by WhatsApp.
How much? 240.
It is my 240 around. And their model is, my lord, so their model is allow students also to take photographs of, because if it leaks, well, they have been given, well, kindly, well, this is crucial. The parents have given post-dated checks.
And started at what time, sir?
Lord, para 50 of first report, my lord, if your lordships can see on this in this context, my lord. Page 19.
Hazaribagh से गए.
Even 15 questions.
respectfully request to once again go through reports. Their modus operandi or business model, whichever way we put it, is they ensure that the paper is not leaked and given to students whose parents have given post-dated checks over and above the advance money. So that if it leaks and spread into thousands of people, then the examination is cancelled and they will not get anything. So students, when called for the purpose of memorization, were asked to keep their mobiles out. They also purchased, I don't wish to divulge much, it's mentioned there, my lord. Accused are in custody.
Just love.
We are not adverse to the petitioners, my lord.
The problem solvers been arrested by the CBI?
3 of them yesterday. Today also something has happened.
Doctors at AIIMS, Patna.
Sorry?
Doctors, I think. Don't, now you say medical students. Earlier you said doctors. Why are you doing this?
Doctors or medical students at Patna. And there are 8 Patna. 3 days. Yesterday. I don't know what has happened today. It's an evolving situation.
Because their investigation was when they got the question papers. Because, I'll tell you one thing. Tell you what is worrying us is, how much was the period between the time when the breach occurred and the time of the exam?
No, not more
the
than
shorter it is, the less the likelihood of a widespread dissemination. If that time period is say 3 days, then obviously that there's a greater danger of. If that time period is say about 4 hours, then the only question is.
For the petitioners, I am not adversarial to them.
Second,
concern
I mean, we have to also look at it this way. Does somebody pay say 75 lakhs of rupees for a 45-minute depo into an exam?
Not that much also.
They will not.
It's not, the figure is also not there.
The question is, would they then seek to recover the...
Para 105, also first report.
105, no? Maybe, my lord, because, so this is post-dated check, yes, my lord. Not meritorious. The parents underestimated. It is really a painful thing. It is a painful thing. When we went, I can't share all this, where we went for interrogation. Look, some girls' engagement was going. Are considering whether it is a localized event which can be identified student-wise, or it is a widespread.
Mr. Huda, tell us one thing. Is there any evidence? Or, I mean, we are conscious of your limitations also, because investigation is still going on.
That's right.
Investigation is still unfolding. Is there any material to indicate that a similar pattern was replicated outside Patna and Hazaribagh?
No, no.
There is only one instance. Lord, in Godhra, that OMR sheet thing, they say that the plot was that the students will leave the OMR sheets unmarked, and in the time between time for examination is over and before it is deposited, the geography lecturer, Mr. Tushar Bhatt, he will do the filling and will deposit it. The common sense suggests that he can't do it as a geography teacher unless the paper is already leaked. He has the ready answer, so that as soon as the paper is given to him, he sit down and do the
But
mark.
Godhra, ultimately nothing happened because the
But
district administration stepped in.
That they prevented it by arresting the person before he could do the needful. But the question is, there was people from different states had come to Godhra to let the machination fructify. So the people filled that center pertaining to Karnataka and all other states from the Odisha, Karnataka, etc.
How many, Godhra, how many students, just 1 second, Godhra, how many students appeared?
In total, not the students, but
But nobody is getting admission.
we can't.
Nobody is getting admission.
Your Lordship, allow me.
What has happened?
Nobody possibly, nobody is getting admission because it never went to successional fruition.
That's right.
What has
But tell us one thing, totally Godhra, how many centers were there? Just, I mean, we just wanted to,
I'll just, in the meanwhile, you can go, what happened in Godhra?
only,
My learned friend is right. My learned friend is right. There was a person called Tushar Bhatt. He was the center superintendent, in charge of that center. He assured students that you pay me this amount. What I will do is, I'll ask the physics teacher and chemistry teacher to fill up the answer sheets. Whatever you can answer positively, you are confident, you answer. Otherwise, leave blank because
who is Tushar Bhatt?
Tushar Bhatt is a city, he is a physics teacher.
Center superintendent.
Center superintendent, himself is a physics teacher and he is
Geography teacher. If I read correctly, it's a geography teacher.
I'll just check.
That's what
But
he has read.
physics teacher and
He
geography.
was like the invigilator at the center. He was the invigilator at the center.
In charge of the center, but the physics.
And it is alleged that, after the students had filled in their OMR sheets,
You would get
the
three
blanks,
numbers.
the blanks would be filled in by the
Filled in by me. This information was, my lord, came to the knowledge of district magistrate and district education officer.
Lord, this was
There-
a month before. Lord, I had shown the email a month before this information was
So
given.
Godhra has nothing to do with the paper leak per
Paper
se.
leak, my lord. Therefore,
Except that what they are saying is that if the center in charge had made that representation, obviously he had the answer somewhere.
what he said was that they are also arrested.
But were any of the solved question papers recovered from the center in charge in Godhra?
He was not permitted, because the officers came at 2 o'clock on. They sat through the exam, and in their presence, they ensured that everything is sealed and sent. So those who kept blank remained blank.
And now from totally, how many students appeared from Godhra? Totally. How many centers were there in Godhra? 2 centers in Godhra. How many total number of students in Godhra? 2513.
And Lord, how many from outside came?
I'm just going to come to it. 2513 in the 2 centers. Now, out of the 2513, how many come within the cutoff for 1.08 lakh seats?
How many are likely?
Around 12 minutes.
Just a second, I'll just write. Godhra, 2 centers, 2513 candidates. And how many come within that 1.08 lakh, the last cutoff?
12, my lord.
12.
12?
About 18.
18.
One center 12, another center about 6. We have given this pattern of mark distribution also, their performance also is, below average. That is that PDF page number 1016.
How many students at Godhra, out of the 2,513, had come in from, who had changed their centers?
Yes, the 14 could do it. Its application was done by about 36. It was not allowed for on account of non-availability. Only 14 were allowed change of center.
Is there anyone getting out of?
No.
Out of 14, nobody is getting admission in there. 1,08,000.
Who originally applied, somebody from,
Mr. Hoda, that even Godhra seems to be a sort of a localized See, Godhra,
issue more than
Godhra A, it never went through. In the sense that to do anything, there was arrest.
Yes, Lord. My submission is not that
Right.
actually the cheating has happened in Godhra, but I say the leak footprint was not confined to Patna. The
It came to
paper had
Godhra.
gone everywhere, and
Not
there was
everywhere. We at least now look, we take your point that there's a likelihood that the leaked answers had traveled to Godhra as well.
that's right.
But Godhra, there is one clear distinction that the students had no opportunity to put their.
But somewhere they are caught, somewhere they are not caught. Something
No,
is
but Godhra,
noticed,
no.
something is unnoticed.
Godhra, nothing. Godhra, there is no wrongdoing at all eventually.
Yes.
Because before they could, because the process was not the students memorizing the question, but the center in charge putting the right dots.
But
that never took place in Godhra.
But here this honorable court is considering the question whether the leak has a widespread footprint or not. Now this is one of an indicator that this Mr. Tushar Bhatt had the answers beforehand so that he can do it. So it's a possibility. A possibility cannot be ruled out that he had the sold question paper.
कंट्री भी हो सकता है ना, ये तो पकड़ा गया है बस।
Godhra?
Yes,
Apart from
7 months. Even physics and chemistry teacher who is supposed to put the dots, to answer the questions, they are also arrested.
I see.
And with Mr. Tushar Bhatt, who, it's a case of cheating. He cheated the students. That you pay me 10 lakhs, I'll do this.
It's a case of malpractice, but it assumes that they had the benefit of the answer sheets.
That's right.
The solved question paper.
That's right.
Because those physics and chemistry teachers who were to fill in the blanks, they would also have, they would not do it on the spot. They would have the pre-prepared sort.
Mr. Bhatt said, be able to manage. Mr. Bhatt said, Mr. Bhatt said, I would have 3 hours before I seal the answers. So he gave it to the students or parents.
That was his representation.
That is his representation based upon which he recovered some money.
Mr. Huda, from what we have now, I think we can wrap up your submission because you're the other side.
Just quickly wrap
Now,
up in 10
it
minutes.
appears that Godhra, I don't think we can say is an example of a very widespread
I have just
case.
one thing to point out.
Because there is no evidence to indicate that that scheme went through. In which case, as of now, we find that there is only wrongdoing which has taken place in Hazaribagh and Patna. To postulate that, on that basis, then the only thing which we are left with are the statistics.
And
That 61 students got 720 out of 720. Out of 61 students, as we now know, 44 got it because of that award of full marks, treating both the options of a question as correct. Can we cancel an examination only on that basis?
Yes,
That's the point.
let me very
Or is it something which falls short of the threshold which requires the court to cancel an entire examination?
very rapidly give me my view. A month before, admittedly, College Kaka, which I pointed out on the first date also, wrote to NTA that College Kaka is a counseling center. On 3rd of April 2024, more than a month before this exam, he indicated that this scam of OMR sheets being filled up later is going to happen. Please take care. The email is received on 3rd of April. In their response now they say, the email from the entity College Kaka subsequently has been forwarded by NTA to the appropriate concerned authority for investigation and necessary action. So this conspiracy was already a month before hatched.
Solved.
come from Babu.
I'll just do it.
But one more angle, this Mr. Bhatt, Tushar Bhatt, would have the question paper from 2 o'clock onwards, not after 5. One of his students can give it to him. And they would start solving it. And thereafter somebody, that was his idea of committing fraud, and therefore he started approaching parents of his knowledge. We have recovered 30 post-dated checks.
If my lords wanted to know.
Rapidly, my lord, wrap it up.
Whose center was changed, which they say is pre-planned and conspiracy. Not even a single candidate has come. Actually, at that was.
Well, the story they are giving to this honorable court that the paper was collected from Hazaribagh at 7:30 and 240 kilometers in the transit, there was a breach. And on that breach, everything happened. Paper was sold.
I don't think that is the case.
Well, that's not the case.
Mr. Solicitor, is it your case, Mr. Kaushik? Which was being transported from Hazaribagh?
Yes.
No, not from Hazaribagh.
Where?
It travelled to Hazaribagh to one of the gang members.
Lord, that
It happened in Patna.
Lord, it's a
School.
Hazaribagh.
Oasis school is in Hazaribagh, your Lord, right? Where this breach happened.
But the breach occurred in that Oasis school, according to you.
And we have the CCTV footage.
That
The
was
footage
3rd of May.
before 8:02 a.m. where both the trunks are like this. After 9:23, both the trunks are
And what about the Patna breach?
It is linked.
linked to Hazaribagh. Under para 50, my lord, if you are
No, but therefore, the Hazaribagh, the leak occurred in Oasis school, according to you.
Yes.
But in Patna, how is it linked to Hazaribagh?
The gang was. If your lordship sees para 50 of my first report.
Lord, 3rd of May, the Hazaribagh, it reached 3rd of May.
Para school to know the. Page 19. Chintu is Hazaribagh. But this Chintu is Patna. Yes. And they ensured, my lord, that they purchase a new mobile with a new SIM card so that there is no further leak.
I'm not sure. 45 minutes, the whole question paper can be solved. So the primary breach occurs at Hazaribagh.
Yes.
Where the questions, the solving also takes place at Hazaribagh. It's relayed to Patna and then disseminated at 10:15. So that means between 9:30 and 10:15, the entire 180 questions were solved.
After
It is the Patna FIR. The Patna police who first launched the FIR at 6 o'clock. They say we were tipped off by our people by the police in Hazaribagh. We catch that man there. That man tells us that we were on there on the previous evening itself. We were taken to this play school and all this was memorized. And what came in the NEET exam was exactly the same. So therefore, the leak, it has reached Patna on the 4th.
No, but the absence of
The FIR, please read the FIR, please read the Patna
FIR is
FIR.
not the final copy.
The Patna FIR, the Patna police were,
My lord, would your lordship?
it's the Patna FIR which is crucial. And
Wait a minute.
and the-
Case diary, do we have the case diary of the Patna police?
The Patna police has
We have recovered.
they have submitted a report.
My learned friend is one of
which is
the-
EOU report to the ministry. That report has not been placed before your lordships because the CBI takes over on the 22nd of June.
Huh? What is?
Or before that, the investigation was done by Patna, by the EOU. The EOU submitted a comprehensive report which is not before your lordship.
My
Your
lord-
lordships compares that report with what the CBI has done. Many more questions will arise.
Now, let me answer questions rather than arising questions. And please don't.
Please summon that.
We are in the court, not on the. Please see. Para 50.
Well, that's an unwanted thing from the solicitor general.
Anyway, para 50 at page.
And that's
90.
not,
At 10:15 a.m.
Mr. Mehta,
That anyway. At 10:15 a.m. on 5/5/24, so-and-so received NEET solved exam question paper number so-and-so. Your lordship knows, there was a burnt question paper which was found by Patna police. And burnt question paper had the center number. Question number so-and-so.
which Kumar accesses it in 08?
This Lord, Lord, may I say something? Lord, para 51 also. One part goes at 10:35. My lord, at the outset, Mr. Hegde is a dear friend. We pull each other's legs, but this was unwarranted. But leaving it at that. But half of the question, my lord, paper was received at 10:35. Your lordship would find page 21, the photograph. They burnt the question paper because they didn't want that to travel anywhere else because that was their the source of money. But a part was, my lord, fortunately recovered, which contains this 6136488. This is the center number of
Hazaribagh, how many centers were there?
5.
Just one second, I'll make a note of that.
So students were also, my lord, from all over the centers. The leak is at one center, but OS is, my lord, but
Centers, totally how many students in Hazaribagh?
one. Many have by the candidates kitne? Acha, total candidates.
30.
Candidates. That's
Five centers, 2,736. 736.
2736. कितने qualify होते हैं?
How many candidates would now fall in that 1.08 lakh? How many of those 2,700 would have qualified for admission? Because you see,
One thing is clear, they are not in the first. Kindly see, report of the IIT Madras.
That you got 56,000 are for the government medical colleges, the rest will be.
Hazaribagh or Patna, my lord, doesn't find place there. So possibly, very few would be, my lord, selected.
In the 1.08 lakh candidates, how many? We want to now see, because admittedly there has been a breach at Hazaribagh and Patna.
It's from all 5 centers, those who would be able to qualify are around 80 only.
1.8.
80.
यहाँ से देखना पड़ता है
How many centers in Patna?
I'll give you a
But in first 60,000, earlier, in first 60,000, 60, in 2023, Patna had 1993 students. I am reading from the report of the IIT. Now it has come down to 1561 students. First 60,000. Thereafter, my lord, I'll...
Now this time Patna, how many centers were there? 7 centers? There seems like it.
Yeah.
12 centers.
12 centers. And totally how many candidates?
I'll give you exact.
अब कंटिन्यू करना है
यहाँ पे नहीं, वो तो फर्स्ट 100, लेकिन फर्स्ट मतलब those who will be qualified.
continue on Monday at 10:30, so that we'll take this before we take our, so by lunch we would have concluded the matter on Monday. So we would like to have a copy of the Bihar police report. If that can be circulated. EOU.
Now, there are two. One is local police. Thereafter, it was transferred to EOU. I'll place both.
So let both be placed, and if they can supply us.
So we'll take it up on Monday at 10:30, and we'll do our miscellaneous board Monday post lunch. Hopefully we'll finish this by lunch.
I think, I have made two requests, my lord.
Counseling can be stayed because the counseling they have slated.
Counseling takes 3-4 months.
But it will finish after 2 days, basically.
We had to declare counseling, my lord, and it would start from 24th of July or something. My lord, I must bring it to your lordship's notice. It may not happen, my lord.
We are taking it on Monday itself. We are now taking it on Monday itself.
Please, sir.
But we consider declaration of the result because the entire data, what they are talking about, we can't really corroborate it.
Until if they can, from the last time.
I will satisfy lordships. No examination declares, because this is individual's personal property. You know, it's
UPSC does it.
UPSC also does. UPSC does not. I satisfy.
And why not they?
My learned friend appears for you.
But what if you declare put the results, minus the names with only the roll numbers?
Yes, roll numbers and
I'll just check up center.
Sorry?
तो बच्चों मेरे को लगता है ये मंडे शिफ्ट हो रहा है
the roll numbers.
आप शायद मंडे ही डिसीजन आएंगे फाइनल
Exercise, my learned friend wants your lordships to.
Or you can even do this, you can have masked roll numbers so that no identity of a student is disclosed.
Yes.
So you can have masked roll numbers in the sense you can have dummy roll numbers, but in a sequence.
In a sequence and center.
Center-wise.
That's right. So that we are also able to apply our mind and maybe assist this honorable court better.
You can mask the center also. Center and roll. The identity of the student. No? There is one.
Has been submitted that it would be appropriate to direct the National Testing Agency. We have heard Mr. Huda, Learned Senior Counsel, appear on behalf of the petitioners. However, during the course of the discussion in open court, we've also had the benefit of brief interjections by counsel on both sides, including by Mr. Tushar Mehta, Learned Solicitor General, and Mr. Kaushik, Learned Senior Counsel, appearing on behalf of the NTA. Full stop. The petitioners have submitted.
No, I'm yet to be argued, brother.
Yeah. The petitioners have submitted that it will be appropriate if the result of the UG 2024 NEET examination is published on the website by NTA, so as to bring about some transparency on the center-wise marks obtained by candidates.
No, centers are identified.
Sorry?
Center and number will match.
Without center,
In each center there are 5,000 people. In a center there will be 5,000 people.
We direct NTA to publish the marks obtained by students in the UG NEET 2024 examination.
तो बच्चों ऑलमोस्ट डिसीजन आ ही गए हैं और मुझे लगता है कि ये सारे डिसीजन मूव कर गए हैं मंडे को अब शायद मंडे को फाइनल वर्डिक्ट आएगा और
आइडेंटिटी ऑफ द स्टूडेंट्स इज मार्क्ड
हाँ अब जो भी बच्चे देख रहे हैं तो अब मंडे मिलते हैं मोरलेस मंडे कुछ डिसीजन आ जाएंगे ये डिले तो खैर बहुत हो गया बट होपफुली मंडे डिसीजन आ जाएंगे
From the reverse, that now let us see whether there is without any material. They have not shown any material of any material.
See, what is happening actually, Mr. Solicitor, what is happening is this. In fact, the reason why we were engaging in a very detailed line of inquiry is because the fact that there was a leak, at least in Patna and Hazaribagh now is...
a leak, but the theft.
Yeah, but there was a leak in the sense that there was a...
Leak.
the question papers, the question papers had been disseminated before the exam. That is undoubted. Question which we are now wanting to consider is whether this was only confined to these centers, in which case there is no question of a retest, or whether this was more widespread. Now, the students have a certain degree of handicap, because they would never have the kind of data which is necessary to prove.
Data goes to the coaching centers, and there are several problems. This is not just students we are dealing with.
No, that's right. There's no difficulty. Therefore, we are not saying that you publish we want the students' identity to be masked, because we don't want students to be approached. You can have dummy roll numbers, but in a series for those students, so that no student's identity can be diverse.
That is sufficient safeguard.
But let us see center-wise what was the mark pattern.
Yes, that's right.
At the end of it, Mr. Kaushik, even if they fail, we will have the satisfaction and they will have the satisfaction of having done their duty.
That's right.
But if the data does reveal something which has not appeared to us as laypersons, as judges, they will assist us at least. We'll
so grateful.
Let me discuss. If there is no difficulty, the losses will not.
No, that is the difficulty.
I'll ensure that is possible.
But investigation is concealed from us. The result is concealed.
The result should be the result should be declared in relation to each center separately.
But we fix that time, because ultimately they don't.
This exercise may be done. This exercise shall be done.
Kindly have city. So there are reasons.
Let it be.
Argue that. It is not wish to argue.
My lords, they have declared top 100 everything. Center-wise.
Yes, they have given it to IIT Madras. Given their analysis.
Madras, but we have given because they are not private.
City and center-wise, we say city and center. We will say that this may be, the results will be uploaded by 5 p.m. On tomorrow, on Friday.
Great.
Let them have an opportunity to, at the end of it, we'll see what is it.
The center-wise can be deferred till.
No, let it be done. That was, we have to see the end of the matter by Monday. Yes. Let them, so yes, Mr. Venkataraman.
Let's finally make it day after tomorrow. It was 24 lakh students minutes. It will take time to compile in that manner.
Click on a button that you can get.
They have given already. By Saturday 12 noon.
Well, my lord, there is a great urgency, my lord. It's not about NEET. It's about my lord, MSME. And my lord, I got to pass an order in the morning, my lord.
Email.
No, my lord.
Or back, circulate an email. That's what we do to everyone.
My lords, if I may mention an intervention in the current matter, please, Vanshika Yadav, sir.
Who is mentioning?
Me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, we submitted our document on 16th morning. For some reason, it did not show in listing. This represents students from MP, from rural backgrounds and backward classes who have gone through great hardship to go through that NEET exam.
You don't want a repeat, right? Or you don't want a retest.
We just want that whatever decision comes, we seek an interim relief, my lords. If a retest is ordered, in case a provisional counseling can be provided, that would be great. If for any reason in order, some sort of exemption may be made, sir.
We are in the course of hearing the matter. We haven't formed an opinion.
Sir, so if the application may be kindly taken on record, I'll be very obliged.
You mean your petition?
The intervention application, sir. We filed it on 16th itself. However, it has not shown on record.
Yes, it's no difficult.
Obliged, sir.
Yes, Mr. Venkataraman.
Third batch is listed today. Income tax part third batch.
Income tax, we will take it on Tuesday.
But may only request, your lordship can take it, but there's a battery of councils to argue that side also. Will your lordship kindly hear, because being a part third, we are not able to go to any other court also, not able to do work here. We are really started.
Tuesday morning, Mr. Venkataraman.
At first matter and us first, that's the only request, my lord, because it's always listed first but goes last.
Actually, throughout my career, I have followed the practice. Overnight partner comes first on board. But this matter.
I understand. Well, if there is a time constraint, your lordship can even adjourn it, but we're not going to anywhere. That's a difficulty. We have to say that.
Tax matters first. Tuesday go first on board.
Right.